Guys, I think this is the number one thing that you need to do in your life right now. Especially if you're feeling in a bit of a rut or you don't really know what direction you're going with in your life. I think this is the key. It really, really is. And like we've all heard it before, set goals. Set goals this, But a lot of time we set goals and they're not really meaningful goals, or we're just setting goals of just like random fucking goals that maybe are what society deems as worthy goals. But we actually need to sit and we need to actually listen to ourselves and ask ourselves, what do we actually want out of life? Like, what the hell do we actually want? Because if you are going through a rut right now, or you're just kind of going through the motions with your day-to-day life, you have to ask yourself why. It's because you've no direction. You don't know what you're working towards. Okay, and like I've obviously been into like self-development and improvement a lot, and like I've potentially I've set some goals. I've definitely not hit a lot of those goals, but when I actually look at it and look at it on a deeper level, it's because those goals actually don't mean that much to me. Okay, so when you actually sit and get through and understand as to what the fuck you actually want deep down, and then you get emotionally involved with that goal, it really sets a fire within you. Like, you jump up out of bed, you're excited to attack the day, whether it's with your physique. I think you need to have like a physical goal, a personal goal, and then like a career goal, business goal, whatever it might be. Get very, very clear as to what you want on all those three areas. Okay? And like your personal goal can be like a relationship, whatever. It's like you just have to get clear as to actually what you want yourself and what you really, really want. And not some fucking goal that you see people like a 10k a month goal online, or getting 6-pack abs, whatever it might be. If that doesn't mean jack shit to you, I think they're important targets and goals to actually hit, because you develop as a person, and that does require personal growth and self-growth, and to actually be disciplined with your daily habits. So, having these smaller goals are important. But I think the key and the number one thing that will light a fucking fire underneath you is to set a vision, and one that truly inspires you. So what I want you to do is just sit, get a pen and paper, and actually think about it. And you don't have to think about this within a couple of minutes, or you can slowly build on it as well. Get like, okay, this is what I want my life to look like. This is the house I want, this is the car I want, this is the relationship I want, the physique I want. Get so fucking clear as to what you want and write it down. But don't just write it down. Then just repeat. Read it. Put it somewhere. I have it on my phone, my lock screen. Anytime I look at my screen, I read my goals. A goal set. Okay, and I read that every single day, and I remind myself, because we can also set goals and we can forget about them tomorrow. If we don't consistently repeat those goals and remind ourselves of what we actually want, we can get caught up in the bullshit of the day-to-day. We can, hopefully it's not too windy here, we can get caught up in saying yes to things that actually put us further away from goals. And I think then you break it down on a daily basis. Okay, so it's like you have your goal, and this goal, it doesn't mean you're going to hit it in a year, it doesn't mean you're going to hit it in 10 years, it doesn't mean you're going to hit it in 20 years. You may never fucking hit this goal, by the way. That's the thing. If you set a goal and it's a big goal, you may never hit it, but at least you're working towards that goal. You're fulfilled on your daily basis. You have purpose and intent behind everything you do on a daily basis. And if you fall short of the goal, at least you're going to get closer to that goal and live a more fulfilling life, because what you're doing on a daily basis is working towards that bigger goal. And I've really found that beneficial. It's just like, because sometimes we can go through the day, as I said, and I've got caught in feeling in ruts or feeling unfulfilled, and it's like, thinking it was like I'm in the wrong business, or thinking that just having negative thoughts, basically. But it's like, okay, why am I having these negative thoughts? It's because I don't know what the fuck I'm working towards. I'm just going through the day. So it's like, I actually love coaching people, like helping people, fitness, with their mindset. It's like, it's my favorite thing in this whole world to do. And it's like, at one stage I was kind of getting pulled away from it. I thought it was my business that I didn't like anymore. I was sick of coaching people, where it was like, that is the furthest thing from the fucking truth. It's literally what I feel I was put here to do. But I was just so out of alignment, because I wasn't clear on the goals, or I wasn't clear on the vision I had and as to what I was trying to accomplish. So now I've reset, I've refocused, I'm fucking aligned. I understand what it is I want. I understand the impact that I want to have with the coaching, even with this YouTube, with my coaching program, with the content that I put out there. I want to have impact, and I want to help people become the highest versions of themselves. And now I just fucking jump up out of bed. I love chatting to my clients. I love my business. It's my favorite thing in the whole wide world. But when you're out of alignment and you don't really understand what you're working towards or have clear goals, everything can feel just like an effort, and it can just feel shit. So get so fucking clear as to what you actually want. Write it down and then repeat it every single day. And then where the magic happens, embody that person, embody those traits. Imagine in here that you're already living that reality. Okay, you first need to see it. Okay, you need to see it in your mind. You then need to get emotionally involved with that dream, with that vision of your life, and move and act as if you already have that in your life before it manifests into reality. All right? And the first step, number one, is get your body right, get your mind right. If you're eating shit food and you're not training, you're not looking after your physical health, you're not looking after your mental health, you're not going to be thinking clearly. It's as simple as that. You're eating shit food, you're going to have brain fog, you're just not going to be yourself. You're going to be a very, very low frequency version of yourself. You need to get your frequency up. You need to eat good food, you need to train, you need to prioritize your sleep. Once you do that, then you can get clear. You understand, you get in tune with yourself a lot more, and you can figure out, okay, this is what I want out of my life. This is who I want to become. That's why for me, I think number one thing you need to do, and the number one key to a happy, healthy, successful life, is get your body right. The mind will follow. Then you can start to dream big, you can start to set your goals, and you will fucking become a savage. It's as simple as that. Like, you will just turn into a different person. But if right now you're operating and you're moving along and you're not eating good food and your sleep is shit and you're struggling to get up out of bed, the fuck do you think you're going to bring your dreams into reality? It's just not going to fucking happen.